morning, children. Today we will discuss about loop antenna. Let us go with the presentation. Loop antenna. What is loop antenna? Loop antenna, it is nothing but radiating coil. Loop antenna, it is a radiating coil of any shape with one or more turns which carrying a radio frequency current. Loop antenna is nothing but it is a radiating coil of any shape with one or more turns which carries a radio frequency current. So loop antenna may assume of any shapes. That means here we have different shapes of loop antenna. This is the square loop antenna. This is rectangular loop antenna, rhombic loop antenna, triangular loop antenna. This is the circular loop antenna. Here we can observe these loop antennas which are with a single coil, single turn. These are the single turn loop antennas. So these are the different shapes of loop antennas. And now, so a loop may consist one turn or more turns on a ferrite or air core. If a loop consists more than one turn, if a loop consists more than one turn, we can call it as frame. If a loop contains more than one turn, we can call it as a frame. So generally, loop antennas are of two types based on the dimensions of the loop. Loop antennas are of two types, which is based on the dimensions of the loop, which is based on dimensions of the loop. So in the first type, dimensions of the loop are very small as we compared with one wavelength. So in the first case, dimensions of the loop are very small when we compare with the one wavelength. In the second case, dimensions of the loop are comparable with one wavelength. So here in the first case, dimensions of loop are very small compared with one wavelength, and in the case of second case, dimensions of loop are comparable with one wavelength. We can compare the dimensions of this loop with one wavelength. So for the such loop antennas, we will assume that the current in the loop has same magnitude and the same phase throughout the coil here. So we have to assume that the current which is in the loop has the same magnitude and same phase throughout. So now let us consider a rectangular loop. Now let us consider a rectangular loop with turns with sides 2, 3, 1, 4 as a vertical arms, and the horizontal arms sides 1, 2 and 3, 4. Now let us see the figure. So this is the loop antenna, and here we have considered the rectangular loop antenna. So here 1, 2, these are, and 4, 3, these are the horizontal arms, and 1, 4, 2, 3 are the vertical arms. And here we have the angle theta equals to 180 degrees, and here the angle here theta equals to 0 degrees, and this is the distance t from this 4 to 3 here. This is the distance, and here this is the z axis, and these are the incoming waves. So here these are the incoming waves. So this is the height, and here this is I. Now let us see here. This Now let us consider loop antenna, and we will place this loop antenna in a direction that right angles to the direction of the wave, direction of propagation of wave. So now let us consider a rectangular loop antenna. We will place this rectangular loop antenna with its plane in the direction right angles to the direction of the wave. So this is the direction of wave, and we have placed 90 degrees. That means we have placed the direction at the plane which is right angles to the direction of wave. And here these are the vertical arms, and these are the horizontal arms. We can say horizontal arm or horizontal antennas, or vertical arms, so we can call it as vertical antenna. This is the loop, and here this is the incoming wave. This is incoming wave, and this is the direction of the travel. And here this is E here, and here this is a plane or top view. And here these are 3, 4, 1, 2. These are the horizontal. Uh, these are the horizontal arms or horizontal antennas, we can say. And here we let us see. Here we have placed the antenna in a direction right angles to the direction of wave. So whenever we are placed this one in a right angles to the direction of wave, and here if the waves are vertically polarized, if the incoming waves are vertically polarized, what will happen? The voltage can be induced in the vertical arms. So whenever the vertical waves are vertically polarized waves are coming in the direction of this propagation of wave, so the vertical arms, the voltage in the vertical arms is induced. So whenever the voltage in the vertical arms induced, the current also induced in the vertical arms. So here actually the incoming waves are vertically polarized. So as the incoming waves are vertically polarized, the voltage induced in these vertical arms. So because of these voltage induced in the vertical arms, current induced in the vertical arms, which is can be neglected. Which why? Because here because the voltages the current induced due to the voltages which are in the opposite direction here, so that's why we have considered the current induced in the vertical arms is neglected. And here the current so here the electromotive force also we are neglected because the transmitter and these vertical arms have the same distance. So the vertical arms and the transmitter have the same distance. Because of that, the electromotive force EMF induced in the vertical arms will become zero. So and here actually we have considered the vertically the incoming waves are vertically polarized. So because of these vertically polarized waves, the voltage induced in these vertical arms, so current also here with the same phase and same magnitude we can observe, but because of these opposite directions of these vertical arms, current becomes zero. And here because of vertically polarized waves, horizontal these antennas the EMF becomes neglected. So if you consider the when if you consider the uh, horizontally polarized waves, when the incoming horizontally polarized waves if we observe, then also the horizontal arms the electromotive force becomes zero. That means if the vertical polarized waves or horizontally polarized waves, whatever the waves may be, the horizontal here the induced EMF is neglected because the distance of the transmitter and these vertically antennas are same. Because of that, and also here we have considered the plane we are placed in the direction right angles to the direction of wave. Because of that, the EMF which is induced in these horizontal arms becomes negligible or zero. Now let us consider now, uh, let us consider. Already we have assumed here we have placed this one the plane in the direction right angles to the direction of wave, and the EMF induced in these horizontal waves, horizontal arms becomes negligible. So we are placing the this loop rectangular antenna in the direction of propagation of wave. So here this is we have placed this one. That means we are turning the loop antenna, rectangular loop antenna from here. Here by from here, and just we are turning this one in the 90 degrees, or we are placing in the direction of incoming wave. So this we have arranged here. These are horizontal arms and these are vertical arms here. 2 3 4 1 vertical antennas or vertical arms. 4 3 1 2 these are horizontal antennas or horizontal arms. Just we are placing here which is in the direction of propagation of wave. And also we are the distance we have already in this case we have placed the distance of the transmitter and vertical arms is same, but here the distance between the transmitter and vertical arms is not same. And here it is this is the perspective view, and this is the phase representation of two EMFs, representation of two EMFs. And here we can observe E1 minus E2 here, and this is E1, this is angle alpha, and here this is E2 E1, and this is E1 minus E2. So whenever we are placed in the loop antenna in the direction of propagation of wave, and also the distance between the transmitter and the vertical antennas are not equal, so that we will observe that the distance between in EMS induced respectively. Here the vertical antenna is no more same. So the so here the distance between the transmitter and the vertical antenna is no more same. Already we have considered this condition. So that two EMFs induced respectively in the vertical arms will be same amplitude but different phase. So here, whenever we are placing the distance between the transmitter and the vertical antenna is not same, and in the direction of propagation of wave, we have placed that rectangular loop. So the EMFs induced respectively in the vertical arms will be of same amplitude but different phase. So resultant EMF induced along the vertical axis will be E1 minus E2. So that we can conclude the induced EMF is maximum only when the plane of the loop is in the direction of incoming waves, and the condition can be successfully used in the direction finding. So this condition, that means whenever we want to find out the unknown transmitter direction, by placing this one we can observe the direction of the unknown transmitter. So here in general, radiation pattern of the loop antenna is not dependent of the shape of the loop assumes on the ferrite or air core if the loop dimensions are small as compared with the wavelength. So under this type of condition, radiation pattern of the loop is similar to that of the elementary dipole. That means radiation pattern of the loop is similar to the Hertzian dipole or elementary dipole. So only there is only one difference, that electric field vector and the magnetic field vectors are interchanged. So that means loop is surrounded by a magnetic field with it which is at right angles to the loop everywhere. So hence generally small loop is also called magnetic loop. Generally small loop we can call it as a magnetic loop. So this is about the loop antenna. Thank you, children.